This is Robert Allen McCraig. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, there we go. Well, we are talking today in regards to happiness in life. So that's the topic today. And people coming on or having questions for Stephen L. Whiteley, you can always jump on with us, have that question, or put it in the chat. Also, tweet a bird is really, really powerful. Tweet a bird. And I would really appreciate that throughout the conversation. And we're going to welcome Stephen L. Whiteley here. Just in 1 second.
Hello, my friend.
He did pop on.
Right. Yes, I hear you loud and clear and see you. And there's our old friend Tom. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom. Hey, yeah.
Welcome.
Yep. So yes. So part of what today is about is we're going to anybody has questions, please put them in the chat. Also jump on and just like Tom did here and ask us questions. Get us feedback, especially on the happiness in life topic. I have a question for you before I forget, Stephen.
Yes.
When they say kill the Buddha on the side of the road, what does that mean?
Kill the Buddha on the side of the road.
There's a phrase that's always been said, and do you know what they meant by that?
That's the first time I've ever heard of it, so I'm in deep pondery right now.
Okay.
So when you've heard it, what was the context?
Oh, the context was as if it was always in your thoughts and within your thoughts. Your thoughts are, and the Buddha had no thought. So that's I'll have to get the phrase. There is. What did you hear of it, Tom? Did you?
Let's see. I've read it before. I had read it before, but when I visited a Zen temple, there was a Dharma talk, and the Zen master, I guess, for lack of wow. Anyway, you talked to a lot of ghosts on the road. A lot of your own phantasms, a lot of imaginary friends that help you think, that facilitate thought with your issues, and that doesn't ultimately help. Your mind works by itself. When there was too much of that going on at one point in a certain temple, one of the Roshis or Drunkas or whatever said, it's like, even if it's Buddha, when you're on the path, kill everyone, it's no good. It doesn't help to think about the future, the near future, to plot and plan all day. It happens in your sleep. Your mind does that already. You don't have to consciously focus on anything except in 5 minutes, within the next 5 or 15 minutes, I'm going to feed the cats. I'm going to take care of the litter boxes. I'm going to take a shower, get ready for work. Just the absolute immediate future is all your consciousness is good for. It doesn't help. Sorry, can someone not hear me?
No, we're not. We're having a hard time understanding your train of thought.
Okay, it's kind of hard to express myself with echo.
I'm also having a hard time understanding your words, Tom, because there's an echo.
There's an echo.
There's an echo. Yeah. So very, very cool. Okay.
I've been thinking about it.
Okay.
And it sounds like I got an echo as well.
Yeah, you do. And we know we get to eliminate the thinking part.
So I think the idea is if you have a certain concept that you're stuck with and it's not working for you, then be willing to let it go.
Okay.
That's my sense. If you have this idolatry and it's not working, then be prepared to kill it or let it go or release it or whatever
Okay.
you want to do. I don't think it's a literal statement.
Okay. No, I didn't think it was literal either. I thought it was esoteric. So it would be it had something to do with the thought, accumulation of thoughts, and how they're the lowest frequency. You know. So. You know.
I'm not sure how the Buddha translates into the lowest frequency though. maybe if you think of that as your Buddha.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's true. That's true. Or if I'm the Buddha. So I just
hey,
want
Tom, before we kick off here, can you give us a short update on your situation? How you're doing? It looks like you're doing better.
I appreciate that, but I found out the culprit's Robert. He could have turned the volume down, mic it down, because what comes out of his speakers goes right back into his microphone.
you think it's me?
Rid of that, yeah, I'm sure, because I muted you. When I mute you, I have no echo. When I mute you, I have. We're really used to this on Google Hangouts. We want to clear the tech issues out of the way so that we can hold a nice coherent conversation. Let's see, headphones change a lot. Headphones fix the echo.
Oh, okay. I took my headphones off, so Stephen, is it? So anyway, yeah, we want to kick it off here, Tom. Does it really bad, you guys, if I talk?
No, it's when we talk. The only person who doesn't hear the echo is causing the echo.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
To me, Rob,
it takes a
don't know what's coming through clearly.
Oh.
So if you can deal with your volume being lower,
got it.
microphone being lower, so it's harder for us to hear you, or you having a harder time hearing us.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
That's better, much better. I can still hear my own voice, my own easily voice.
Okay. I will. Let's move on here. Sounds good.
Good. All right. Well, good enough. Good enough for government work, huh?
There you go.
All right. I was asked a question about the development upon, and the rest I didn't get. How things have changed over the last week or so.
Oh yeah, things have changed.
I was just wondering how things are working for you. Are they getting better?
As of today, yeah. And yeah, I guess I'm Debbie Downer to tell you my news lately. It's all bad news.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, but today is good because, a good friend of mine's father just died. He was in the process of dying last time we spoke. Now she's going to clean up after everything, take care of the memorial services and clean up the house and everything. And the wife is still alive. Her mom is still alive. So she's going to make arrangements to keep her in the house and live with her until the end.
Yeah, well, condolences to you, and it sounds like there will still be some challenges. So I wish you all the best in using your courage and your skills to go through those challenges.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys are a great help to keep me on the up and up.
Yay!
We're on the other side.
Yeah, the happy side.
Yeah. Okay, thanks very much then, Tom, and we're going to get on with the program.
All right, but still, we gotta fix Robert's echo.
Yeah,
It's
we
so
do.
bad. If you have earbuds or something, that'll help the echo part.
Oh, that does. The earbuds do?
Yes, it's invaluable.
Oh, let me try that.
Earbuds. Yeah, and like to make the audio perfect, you've got a mic. You got a mic close to your mouth instead of.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Perfect. How about that? All right. Score one for the audio Nazis. Yeah, that's absolutely.
Can you still hear me, Robert? If you can, give me a thumbs up.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
I can hear you.
Yeah. Now the only nitpicky detail after this is to have some kind of microphone that goes near your mouth.
Oh, really?
You can tell you're in a room, so you hear so your voice sounds right, when it's not echoing out of the room, like you're in a bathroom, kind of. We can tell you're in a bedroom or some kind of room, whereas
I'm in a
like
room.
with my mic close to my mouth, there isn't the in a room kind of effect. And that's like if you're real anal about the audio, especially like if you want it on the record so that people can benefit from it, you're probably gonna want to get like a standalone mic, a desk mic, or a headset that has a mic.
Sounds good.
Right.
That would make a big difference because this room is just a box room, basically. You can see it.
Yeah, mine's basically a big box like that.
Yeah, it's just a big old box room. So there you go. All right. Thank you, Tom. That was great information. And I want to hear a little bit about Stephen and a little bit about what happiness in life. Is it 4 different categories that we would be on that we really can bring into the picture, like fitness, job?
That's not working.
Uh-oh. Did I lose it?
It's not feeding into the headset at all.
Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. Okay, that's
Can you
good.
hear me?
I can't hear you. So let me just adjust here.
Your audio isn't giving us problems, Stephen. Mr. Whitley, you're just fine without the headphones because you're not creating feedback. You're not creating an echo. Your speakers aren't feeding into your own microphone. So you're golden.
They're golden. Are you gonna make it, Stephen?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Testing
1, 2, 3.
1, 2.
Don't hear you. Okay.
He's a master lip reader.
Master lip. That's funny. Can you hear me?
Okay, I want to point something out to you here.
Now, how did you do that?
I'm using Minicam. It's software, Minicam.
Off of what?
You download it. You can download it for free, minicam.com. I'll type it in.
Okay.
If you're using Chrome, this is the way to get to your devices.
Wow.
And see, I've got my Plantronics device. I'm using Minicam for my video. And that's why it stalls when I join.
So are you on a desktop or a handheld?
I'm on a desktop.
Cool.
But you're at the URL here.
Yeah.
You go all the way
Yeah.
to the right. And when you're on cam, you got that video camera there.
Right.
Select your input devices. Now that's just the input devices. I'm on Windows, so I also have
Testing
to
1,
be here.
2, 3.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? No, you still can't hear us.
Yeah. Okay, you always, on Blab, you always have to route all your audio, your main audio, to your headset. So you gotta go in and, let's see, set default.
Okay, so we're going to switch over here.
Damn, you're good. You're really good. You just have figured this all out, eh, Tom?
Well, as long as you're on Windows, because I'm I'm not using a Mac or anything. So if you were on Mac, I couldn't help you, and if you were using Firefox, I couldn't help you. But when you're on Chrome, I know, and you're on Windows at the same time, then yeah,
Then you
I know
can.
exactly
Yeah, I got it.
how to take care of it.
Yeah, very
And then
cool,
there's
man.
my mini cam in my taskbar.
Wow.
Now I can switch back to my video.
That's very cool. It's you typed it in?
Minicam.com.
Cool.
Yeah.
So he's lost. I don't know how would he lost our signal. It's just three of us on here right now, though. Anyway.
All right. So Stephen doesn't hear us yet?
He still doesn't hear us at all. Hey,
Okay.
Daniel.
Make sure the audio isn't going through his headphones.
Is the audio going there? Daniel?
Right. Like all the stupid questions first. Is it plugged in? Is it turned on?
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right.
Is it plugged in? Is it turned on?
Yay! Here we go.
Congratulations, Stephen.
Yay, Steve.
You're very welcome. Okay, shall we get going on the topic at hand then?
Now we can. Now that we can.
Yep, Tom and I are ready for you.
Okay, here we go. And now I'm ready for you. So,
Well, the four categories.
life.
Tweet out, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Give us the tea.
We've got to have this now. So Stephen,
Yes.
Is there four main categories in life that relate to happiness?
Well, there are 4 things that stop us from having happiness.
Okay.
But what I was going to talk about today, because we have talked about that once before,
Got it.
was actually the concept of life. When we think about life,
Wow.
it just seems like such a big, amorphous, fixed glob. Life is complex. It has so many different facets to it, so many different aspects, so many different ideas. It seems like an awful big topic to take on. And when we're trying to figure out life, then oftentimes we get stuck or overwhelmed because it is so big. So what I thought we would do today was take another look at it.
Okay.
First of all, think of life not as a whole, but since we are meaning makers, to think about the meaning of life.
Okay.
And there are many answers to this question, and I'm not saying that mine is right, but it's working really well for me, and I've seen it work well for a lot of other people. And I think the meaning of life is this, is to learn, develop, and create. ourself and our way for helping the world. So learning and developing and creating, I think, what gives us great meaning for life. Like if you think about the best times you were feeling in your whole wide life, then I'll bet it was times when you were either learning something, developing something, whether that was a relationship or a project or a person, and that you were creating something, whether that was a new life or a new project or a new person or a new idea. So this idea of learning and creating and developing can really make us feel grand, because that, in my learning, in my experience, is the meaning of life. Now, there are other ways you can find meaning, but I think the deepest and longest lasting meaning has to do with developing, learning, and creating.
So what about developing? Developing is that you're not, none of that is talking about a blank mind or a meditative mind.
No, it's more of an active mind. But to me, there is much talked about the blank or empty mind. But to me, it's not about striving for that. It's striving for peace of mind. And when we have peace of mind, that doesn't mean that we're empty of thought. It means we are empty of conflict in thought. And so there is nothing wrong with being there and relaxing and being totally at peace with that. With nothing going on in your mind other than gratitude for that peace. But when, like, let's say that I lived on the top of a mountain and was happy every day. What good would that do the world?
Well, I get that. Well, there is a lot of good, because you could, if thoughts are things, and you can send out signals through your thoughts, which is a wave of vibration.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be the action being done.
Yes. So to a degree, that's absolutely right, because thoughts are things and thoughts have power.
Yes.
But even more powerful is action to bring those thoughts into fruition, to physicalize them.
That would be the outer movement of the body that you're trying to describe.
Exactly.
So it could be writing. It could be
writing, could be speaking, could be coaching, could be blabbing.
You can think of this purely in the physical sense, and it's still true. Like, without any woo-woo, it's still true.
Yes, that's right. But taking movement, I think, accelerates and expands it faster. So you can't be active and be empty of mind, but you can be very active and have total peace of mind.
That's a different concept than I'm used to.
Because I'm making it up as I go.
I mean, I understood the other concept pretty well. Now this, but it's true. So when we can be, I mean, I can stand up and be in meditation. So okay, and nobody knows that I am.
Exactly.
I have something to contribute.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. I've heard two little, like, assertions. Wouldn't want to call them tidbits because they're kind of iffy, right? But All right, the first one is the heart has 5,000 times the electromagnetic activity as the brain.
Yes.
All right, the second is it takes only one strong, stable personality meditating to stabilize 5,000 people.
Yes. Yes.
So every one of us who manages to maintain a coherent, good vibe is helping 5,000 people in their local area.
Yes.
That is true.
To just take things a little bit easier,
because
a
they're
little bit
very
lighter.
important to what we're talking about. So there is power in our thought and in our heart, because thought is not only in our head, thought is in our heart, thought is in our gut, thought is all through the body and outside the body. So thought is powerful. And I still maintain that thought and action together are more powerful. So what I believe is that when we're then developing, creating, and learning, that we are raising our own vibration and we're working to pass that on to everybody else.
Okay. Okay. So what about his theory then? How does he fit into the person that can hold that space for 5,000 people?
Yeah. So the way we get to that space is by healing our inner wounds and by connecting with continuously learning, developing, and creating ourself as a purpose, connecting with higher and higher truth, higher and higher meaning, because truth is a lack of negativity.
So
truth is all in the positive.
That's new to me. That's good. I like that.
Yeah. So if you, like, especially when it comes to human, because no human's potential has ever been proven to be limited. No matter how high we go, no matter how good we get, either physically, mentally, spiritually, anyway, we can still go further. There is no perfect human.
True.
So we are perfect in the sense that we are all we need to be in this moment. But we are not perfect in the sense that this is all that we can be.
What's special about us is that we change.
We are always changing.
Evolution-wise, the vampire bat is perfect and the dragonfly is perfect in its form. That form lasts. The way they work, that lasts. It always works. So far, so good. 3 billion years, it's always worked. That's what I call perfection. when it doesn't require any change, right? But we're special in that we adapt, and that's all we've got going for us is our flexibility in response to our environment.
Yes, yes, yes. Well said, Tom.
Wow, that is really well said.
And we require that. We require, intelligence and adaptability, whereas, other creatures don't.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least much more slowly.
Yeah, very much more slowly.
Yeah, some less. So when we think of life, then it seems bigger than we are. And what I would encourage us to think about, now that we've understood the meaning of life a little better, and I'm open to any other ideas on the meaning of life, but is not about life. Life is hard, life is easy, life is a beach, life is a bitch, life is a bowl of cherries, life is. it's really more about our way of living. Because our way of living is always under our direct control. And if you think about the verb living, it's a verb of continuous action.
Mm-hmm.
Living never stops until dying happens. So, as I am living my way through every day, how am I living? And when we're considering this brings us into the now. Pondering life takes us out of the now.
Pondering life takes us out of the now.
Living brings us into the now.
Yeah, we're either moving into the future or the past, or into a concept.
Yes.
Or, which nobody does. All the animals do it. They just perceive in the now.
Yeah.
They exist in the now. They respond to the present.
So when I am considering my way of living, then I can be easier in the now. And this is the whole idea, is that living is moving. When we're not moving, like there are times to be moving and not to be moving, and there are settings to be moving and not to be moving. But if you think about it, like if you think about heroes, do they move or do they sit around?
They move.
Yeah, exactly. And if we think about those that we admire, they move around. We are impressed with people that can move around more, better, faster, longer, harder than other people.
Correct.
Oh, and
it is moving.
Right, they go diagonal.
There are times of relative stillness, like, you gotta sleep and you gotta rest and you gotta eat. And, there are things to be doing, to be with people that are less moving and more moving. But if we're resisting moving, we are resisting life. We are resisting living.
All right, I might have a doozy for you.
Okay.
All right, my mother, she moves, and that's like changing your house, your school, your job, your friends, everything.
Yeah.
She's used to moving every year, and she's been forcing me to move every year. But I'm slowing her down. She's escaping all of her shit. She's like, all my little problems will go away, but she doesn't really acknowledge the fact that she's creating new problems every time she moves. She's just adopting a different set of problems.
Yes.
And it's not helping me any.
There's sort of two things about this. One is, sometimes everybody wants positive change.
Mm-hmm.
And some of us work on it on us, and some of us try to do it for other people. So if we're good at doing it for us, then we get out of conflict. But if we are trying to do it for somebody else, then we are in inner conflict and we are in outer conflict. And when people get in outer conflict, then oftentimes they'll try to change their environment only to find the same problem crops up again. But there could be another thing at play here. And that is the personal perspective on change. Some people thrive on change. Some people really resist change. And your mother could be somebody who just thrives on change, is always working to better her situation or to switch things up to see what works better. And you are in a different person and you have a different relationship with change. And so the two of you grind on this because of that difference. That doesn't mean your way is right and her way is wrong, or her way is wrong and your way is right. What it means is you have two different ways of processing change. Some people, is your mother really visual?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So visual people tend to want change more. Auditory people tend to want change sort of in the middle. And feeling people, kinesthetic people we call them, tend to want very slow change, very evolution.
I'm kinesthetic.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. So that's the real difference is you're more kinesthetic. Like you're not just kinesthetic. You are kinesthetic and auditory and visual and gustatory and...
I still have my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's gustatory? I didn't get the gustatory.
Taste.
What's gustatory?
Is taste.
Oh, taste. Right.
Gustatory.
Boy, I did learn something new. I guess. Yeah.
Wow, I hope I remember that.
Learning! It's going on, yes!
Gustatory.
Gustatory. I never heard that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So we all have all of the five aspects, the five senses.
Cool. Yeah.
But we tend to focus on one over the other. So that's not to say we can't use them all. And it's not to say that we always use the same ones across contexts. So while you might be kinesthetic in some contexts, you might actually be also primarily visual in some other context or primarily auditory in some other context. So it's really contextual. So it's important to pay attention to the context that we're talking about.
In Buddhism, they're called the skandhas, the five skandhas. Actually, 6 skandhas, because mind is one of them, because you get input in your mind, right?
Yes.
Or you don't have complete control over your mind. It's got to work. And so it's going to do its own thing, whether you want it to or not.
And not only that, you don't want complete control over your mind because you want connections to the outer world in both directions, and you don't know exactly how that works. So it's a good idea to let your mind do its work.
Your mind is more sophisticated than you.
Yeah. That's true. So how do you? So letting the mind work.
That's something about in meditation you learn that you got to just let your mind work and learn to keep your paws out of it. Yeah. It's like it's part of your body. If you don't know how to measure how much of a chemical is going into your brain or how much is secreted by one of your organs, you can't control it doesn't help to control your hormone level unless you're like trying to harmonize it. Right.
Happy.
Yeah, happy. Just make sure it's moving in the right direction. It's like the CEO of a corporation.
Get it ready to go in the right direction.
Yeah, the best you can do is make sure everybody's happy and making progress, right?
There you go.
Results, and you can just make sure everybody's happy.
Always asking what's great about this.
Well, what's great about this, or how does it get any better than this?
Yeah. Oh, that's another good one. I like that one. It's good to have a whole quiver.
Yeah. How does it get any better than this?
Great questions.
Yes.
Any situation.
Yes.
Like, how much am I bigger than this problem?
Yeah. How much am I bigger than this? What else is possible?
Yeah.
What else is
How can this really benefit me?
Yeah. So, and then what that does, it opens up like the question opens up the aperture, like lets light in.
Yeah, exactly.
And allows the awareness, allows the brain to really work on its own and not you're trying to think it through.
A requirement is peace of mind. your brain's not going to work if you don't have peace of mind. You're not going to plan properly. You're not going to interpret the future, which is completely unknown, right? It's completely blank. The reality is that you're creating it with your attitudes and your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly right. Thought drives feeling.
It doesn't exist yet.
Feeling drives action. Action drives results.
There you go.
And your intention is behind that. When the intention is there and strong, that's where your results are. Your results are gonna reflect your intention to some respect. Maybe halfway there.
Yes.
Mm.
Having a great intention, like waking up in the morning and giving yourself a great intention. Our friend Paz Simpson gave us a great intention prayer to start your day with just the other day. And I've got it up on my bathroom mirror now. It's awesome. It says, I think good, I do good, I am good. Therefore, I can have a great day. I am healthy. I am happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Happy, healthy, wealthy,
all my actions are focused towards prosperity. I love my life.
I love my life.
There's no prosperity like a happy day.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Make the rest of them just the same.
That's true.
Hey, look, we've been joined by the Audacity Coach. Hello, Audacity Coach. And Coach Jenny. Yoo-hoo!
Hey, Coach Jenny. Hey,
Coach Jenny is on.
Jump in, anybody who wants to. So we were just talking about the difference between life and living, and how instead of focusing on the big complex blob of life, that we're focusing on our way of living. How am I living right now? And how can I make that better? And this gives us focus on the now instead of focus off in La La Land. And I don't know about you, La La Land can be fun and it can be miserable, but it's always better to be in the now. Well, always.
You can always look at it.
Trained to watch my own speech. So that, I guess that would not include sleep.
It's interesting you... That's funny.
Yeah. So does anybody else have any questions out there? Anything you want us to answer, or any way that you want to get more happiness working for you? I should tell you, if you really want to get happiness working for you full time, I would recommend this book, Happiness Works, Get Yours Here. It's the textbook of how you can solve any problem with your happiness. So really, you can join with us. You get the benefit of our lovely monthly newsletter that's full of tips and tricks and stories.
If I didn't know better, I'd think that book was written by Stephen Whitley.
You can join us on our Facebook page, Stephen L. Whiteley, W-H-I-T.
Whiteley, sorry about the mispronunciation.
That's okay. That's okay. Not a problem. In fact, if you scroll to the top of the chat box, I typed in the Facebook address there for everybody who wants to join with us.
So absolutely. So Stephen, when we go into asking ourselves questions help us allow the answers to flow more regularly to us.
Yeah, and questions drive the focus of our mind. We talked about focus yesterday.
So if we have a single focus,
good focus.
So like a focus, give me an example. Like if I'm going to focus on creating more leads for somebody, then you would say, what is possible here to create 5 leads a day? Give it a quantified number, and
Yeah.
then allow the answer to come in.
Yeah, exactly. Or how can I attract the most appropriate and the highest number of people to this?
So be asking that question and sitting with that question
Yeah.
brings a lot of times brings the answer in and the clarity to the intent that you've had set forth. So when you
Yes.
set a goal and asking questions to break it down, the goal, then that gives the clarity comes in that, because the energy flow to the intention is clear. Is that how you get clarity?
That's exactly right. If you want to know something, develop a great question and stay with it. Like when I started off on this mission that I'm on of ending unhappiness for good, then we are like, I wanted to know what is happiness, and I couldn't find a good definition. So I started asking the question, what is happiness really?
Okay.
And I sat with that question for weeks. And then finally I got an answer that was the only 4 things that are cause unhappiness.
Mm-hmm.
And when I sat with those, and I said, well, if that's happiness, then if that's unhappiness, then happiness must be the opposite. And I flipped it around and the word harmony came to me, and I saw the 3 things that happiness really is. So if anybody hasn't connected with us before, happiness is harmony with 3 things: harmony with yourself, harmony with your environment, harmony with your purpose for living. In my opinion, I'm happy to take any comments on that. Coach Jenny, you could ask questions of me or anybody else here. I am happy to answer any question you can throw at me.
Please do. You can jump on and ask us all.
Yeah, exactly. Yoo-hoo!
We'd appreciate that.
Audacity. Yay, Coach Jenny.
Yeah, I like how you say we're the creators of meaning. It's up to us. It's up to all of us.
I understand.
Our meaning makers.
Like, because there are all sorts of results that I can talk about. You know, there's a lot we get out of life. You can look at that. Look at what you can get out of life.
Bye, Jenny. Yeah.
We don't look at your face. We look at your soul.
Yeah. What else is possible on that one?
As long as we don't have to look at your face.
There's a cancellation clause I get. I don't know where I've gotten it from, but I use it all the time. It's called right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pod, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
Say that again. Right, wrong, good, bad.
I'll send it to you, and we'll have a conversation, and then we'll see if that.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
it is.
Those things are called pattern interrupts.
Exactly. It's what it is. It's a pattern interruption. That's what I. Thank you.
There are many great pattern interruptions, and I'd love to have any other good ones.
It is. Well, this is one. It's called, and I got the description. It's right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pod, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds.
Oh, very cool.
So you can figure out some of them, the right and the wrong, and the POC and the pod. It's a point of destruction, a point of creation. So it cancels those 2 things. Cancel it out. Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, pod, all 9. So all 9s goes back shorts. That means many centuries and beyond. Beyonds are way like before we came here.
Dressed up in 9s.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all those little, over time, Stephen, and all the books you've read and so forth, you've really recognized that we as humans have come up with some pretty miraculous ways of teaching ourselves, how to live life happily. And it's really a mindset to actually keep that on each day and focused.
Yeah.
That's all and it comes down to a simple choice. Is that accurate?
It is. It is a choice followed up by action.
So it's a choice followed up by action.
Yeah.
And it's a difficult choice a lot of the time. I mean, like...
It doesn't have to be. It can be. The difference is what you think of yourself.
Interesting.
Because it takes action and it takes courage to be happy. And so when we think less of ourselves...
So how do we love ourselves?
Oh, now there's a good question. And I will give away the gold here.
Oh, no.
This is how...
Oh, all right.
Hey, Josh Mills Music. Good to see you.
Hey, Josh.
Welcome.
How are you?
Good.
We're
good.
great.
Where are you guys from?
I am from Ottawa in Canada.
I am from Niagara Falls in Canada.
Hey, Niagara Falls. My son lives in St. Catharines, just a stone's throw away from you.
That's yes, it is.
Yeah, and Robert is from California.
Very nice.
Visiting Michigan right now. So yeah,
You want to get out of Michigan, Robert, in the next couple of months, buddy.
I do. Yeah. Does it get cold here?
It gets really crappy, man.
Oh, geez. I'll just have to laugh that snow back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Josh, where did you find us?
Well, obviously just scrolling through, right? And your title, Happiness in Life, just intrigued me. So I wanted to come listen.
Very cool.
Okay.
So you were on Blab and you were scrolling through and you saw us and you came on.
Yeah, like and it was kind of cool to see Happiness in Life. And when I clicked on it, I saw two awesome smiles.
I love it.
Awesome.
Now, do you really want some content? Would you like to hear some content that's really good for your ears and your soul?
Well, absolutely. I may get involved. I may. Anybody that says no to that question is foolish. No. No, thanks. I'd really like to hear something that's going to piss me off today.
Give me some bad news, will you?
I have an ex-wife. I get enough of that. I come here for that. There's enough discouragement elsewhere. So
Thank you. Wow, that was good.
Okay, so if the core of happiness is loving ourselves,
absolutely.
how can we learn to love ourselves?
Well, you have to learn how to love first, in general, before you can love yourself or anyone else.
That's a point I never thought of. So thank you very much for that. So that sounds like you have some experience in it. I would like to hear more from you on that.
Experience in what?
Learning to love.
Well, I'm a dad, so I have experienced love of the most truest kind.
Wow.
Yes.
There's no truer love than a parental
But
love.
did you have to learn to do that, or did you know love growing up?
I didn't know how to love in its truest form until I was a father.
Wow.
Ah, yes.
Say
more about what it
parental love is. The truest love I've experienced. One with no conditions. One that I've never questioned. One that I've never. It's never crossed my mind whether it's there or not. Do I really love them? Of course. Have I thought, do I really love her? Yes.
Yes. Very good. How old is she?
My boys. I have 4 boys.
Oh, you have 4 boys.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they range. They're 20, 15, 5, and 2.
Wow.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Welcome, Dad.
You have to learn. I guess not learn how to love, but you have to learn love before you can love yourself or anyone else. And I don't believe you can love anyone else unless you love yourself.
I think it's
You have to love yourself
A
first.
lower form of love.
Pardon?
I think you can love in a lower form of love before you love yourself.
Right.
'Cause
As in
people
love,
actually
as in
learn to love themselves.
there's love as the emotion of love, but then there's love where it's a verb and it's an action.
Mm-hmm.
And they're very different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
Look at, there's 3 guys on this talking about love. Where's the women?
Nice. Okay. So Robert, you asked the question. How do I learn to love myself? So here's my tip on this. This is what I teach my coaching clients. Is you learn the phrase, I am learning loving me. And you use that phrase every time you think about or take action on food or drink, and every time you go to the bathroom to release.
Okay, you learn to love yourself.
No,
No.
you love to learn what'd you say? You're learning.
I am learning
I am learning.
loving me.
I am learning loving me.
Yeah. Those words are very specifically
But you also gave us times that we should do it.
Yeah. So you learn that phrase, I am learning loving me. And then you link it to all of the times when you are thinking about or taking action on food or drink. So the taking in, the nurturing. And then every time you go to the toilet, because that's the releasing and the letting go. And those are the 2 fundamental parts of permanent happiness.
Holy shit. I never thought of that. I had 2 big ones today.
Believe it or not, I followed that.
Yeah, I did too.
I followed that.
Wow.
The best pun ever.
No, it's true though.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, think about it.
I'm learning my loving self.
I am learning loving me.
I am learning loving me. And I am loving learning me.
Yeah, exactly.
Finally.
That's good.
So everything, because you know why? Because priests, we always pray before our food. So that concept, anything that goes in our mouth, I'm learning loving me.
Yeah.
And then the release when you go to the bathroom, I'm learning loving me.
Because I am letting go.
I'm letting go of all the other
everything
things.
that's not serving me anymore. Remember,
That's very powerful.
it was serving you.
Oh, it did serve you at other times, yes.
It was serving you by causing you sufficient pain to take action to heal your soul.
Mm-hmm.
So negativity is not bad in and of itself. It's just living with it that's bad.
It's how you do it.
It's just staying stuck in it that's bad. But like we've talked about here many times, you can't stay stuck. When you're stuck, your wheels are spinning and you're sinking deeper.
When you're in a rut, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So there is no stuck.
Yeah.
Wow, look, lots of people coming on. It's Carlos Carol. Hello, Carlos.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Quero.
Hello, how's it going?
I hope
Yeah,
I'm not,
just send a tweet out, guys. Send a tweet out.
Yoo-hoo! Yeah, everybody, let's tweet. Join the conversation.
So that is a really simple way of looking at how you can actually love yourself.
Yeah, and then it has the dual effect as well, because as you're putting things in your mouth and you're thinking, I'm loving me, and you think, is this loving me, putting this in my mouth? And so you actually start to put better things in you.
Somebody tweeted.
Yay!
Hey, JC. Who's
Yoo-hoo.
JC? That must be Josh.
So that's me giving away the gold, mister.
That is the goal. That's a tough one, but you know what? There's a lot more.
No, there's a lot more. You got that right.
So let's say somebody has a pain tooth. Okay, how would you get that to be released into love and heal?
When that pain goes away, I just had that a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And when that pain goes away, that is quite the release, buddy. I dealt with tooth pain for about a week and a half before I had it dealt with.
Wow.
And 12 hours of the day I was suicidal. The other 12 hours of the day I was homicidal. When I was alone, I was suicidal. When I was around others, I felt homicidal.
Yeah, pain is like that, right? But pain has a purpose as well.
Absolutely. And when the dentist took it out, I could have hugged him. That's love. That's love.
Yeah.
If you left it alone, it would release into your face and make you look like some kind of Smurf or something.
I gotta do this. Let's go Packers. We're 2-0. No, go Packers.
That's hilarious.
That's funny.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. It's now 3:00. So I think it's time for us to end this lovely conversation and laugh ourselves out. Is everybody ready?
What do we have going on for tomorrow?
Oh, another great question. What are we going to do tomorrow? Does anybody have a special request for tomorrow?
Yeah, there we go.
Happiness and pain.
Boy, that would be a really good one.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Happiness and pain, because you were on these signals that you're telling me that pain is supposed to be a happy thing, and I'm going, Stephen, I really, really appreciate you, but that's a big one to take as a chew on.
Yeah. No, pain is actually a doorway that is begging us to go through.
Really?
Wow. So someone with a tooth is begging us to go through to the other side.
No, but I'll bet that pain in that tooth was not your first indication that something was wrong.
It actually came on very quickly.
What happened just before that?
Biting down on a piece of steak.
Ah, yes. Okay.
It went from like crazy enjoyment to crazy bad, like that.
Okay.
Wow, I've done that before.
Because obviously, I enjoy my steak.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it went very bad. And if that door had never been put in front of me, I would have been okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would have been all right with that.
Didn't need that door, bud.
Is this your first time with toothpaste? Because most people don't.
Well, I know it's hard to understand what I'm saying, and the reason it's hard to understand is that there's a lot more to it. But
I understand.
Now,
I understand.
3, and we're not going to talk about that today.
A lot of people, Stephen, they do say, no pain, no gain. I've lived with the motto my whole life, no pain, no pain.
Oh, yeah, I don't believe that either, to be honest. But I know exactly what you're talking about, and I did used to believe it. But I can teach you a new way to get all kinds of gain with no pain.
Awesome. I hope to see you guys again. I'm going to follow you. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been really good talking to you as well, Josh. So all the best.
Cheers,
guys.
All the best to you, Tom. Everybody else. Tomorrow we're going to talk about happiness and pain.
Happiness within pain.
There you go.
Stay well. Have fun.
Sam.
Whiteley.
Woo!